Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Mani Monday. Super excited to share this design with you guys. But before we get started, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell underneath that so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Share around this channel to help it to grow, and definitely shoot me a thumbs up. Let's get started. Hey everyone, happy Monday. Happy Mani Monday. And I just love the way this look turned out. It's a classic black and white, but done in a casual look and done in a retro feel. I love it. We did it with stamping plates and dotting tools. So this one was pretty easy to do. So you guys got to definitely try this one out. Now, before we go on and I show you how I did it, let's read our words of Jesus for women. Today we are on, let's see, make sure I'm on the right one. Prayer and relationships. Forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. Matthew 6:12. Goes on to say, Jesus began the Lord's Prayer by honoring God's name. Then he gave all control to God. Next, he asked God for forgiveness. But before even that, he asked for the request is forgiving others. So this example shows that we shouldn't ask God to do things for us that we aren't willing to do for others. Remember that Jesus always focused on relationships. It is pointless to come to God with praise or request if there are relationship issues you aren't willing to deal with. See, again, always wanting, God is wanting you to forgive others, to be kind to others, to think, kindly of others, to not talk about them behind their back, to not hurt anybody, to, just asking God, help me to be kind and ask for forgiveness for others. Anybody I've hurt, anyone I've done wrong. And that's why Jesus he was always so focused on that, always for others, not himself, but always for others. So we can ask for all the prayer requests we want in the world, but let's start by asking for the request, like it says here, in forgiving others. Always be forgiving and kind and loving and sweet to everyone. That's what God loves. He really loves a faithful person and a person that likes to pray for all his saints, praying for everyone, all of our, like it's saying debtors. It basically is all the people that are like our enemies, praying for them, asking for forgiveness for them, and that God wish no harm upon them. Ask God to help them in their life. We don't want anybody to hurt them. We don't want nobody to be hurt. So that's what God really loves, is when we're focusing on praying for others, our enemies, or anybody that's hurting us, or anybody that's done us wrong, like they use the word as forgive our debts as we has also forgiven our debtors, which again is Matthew 6:12. So again, forgive thy enemy. That's basically what it's saying. Forgive thy enemy and ask and wish for no harm to come upon them. And then you can go on to, asking for requests for yourself, asking for forgiveness for yourself for things that, you've done wrong. But always be praying for others. That's basically what this is. Pray for others. It's so important. Down below, it says, forgiveness is not that stripe which says, I will forgive, but not forget. It is not to bury the hatchet with the handle sticking out of the ground, so you can grasp it the minute you want it. Dwight L. Moody. That's great. That's a really great one. I really like that. How, you can forgive someone, but if you're not going to forget about it, like it says here, you might as well leave that stick sticking out of the ground, because when you're ready to, get upset with them again and not forgive them, you're ready to pull that right out of the ground. No. We want to bury that, forget about it, just like God. When we get forgiven, he forgets it. He buries it in the bottom of the ocean. It's done. We don't have to ask for forgiveness for that again. No, he buries it. He don't bring it up. He don't remind us of it. It's in the past. It's done. We've been forgiven. So when we forgive others, let's not bring it back up again. Let's not stir it back up again. Let's not, just I guess what I'm saying is bury the hatchet. Bury it. It's gone. It's done. Let's not bring that back up again. So that was really great. I like it. And this was on prayer and relationships. So let's always have a good relationship with, people around us, and especially our enemies, asking for God to help us with that and guiding us in the right direction on how to love more and be kind more to everyone. All right, you guys. Always start your day, go through your day, and end your day with life's manual, reading the beautiful Holy Bible, because you'll read beautiful verses like that helps you to learn how to live your life. This is your manual. And I always say that it's not a dictionary. It's not the news. It's not all the social media. That's not how we're supposed to live, you guys. It's not listening to false prophets, false preachers out there, because we have plenty of those. Plenty of those. We got a lot of wolves in sheep clothing preaching nowadays and giving us the wrong information to hurt others. Why would God ever want you to hurt others? Read this, and in here it talks about that. I just read it to you. He doesn't want you to hurt others. So don't do that, you guys. Pick up this book. Get a great personal relationship with Jesus. Blow off the dust and read it. You guys, read it. You're going to love it. And it's going to help you to live a really great life and be sweet to everybody and kind to everybody and be that true Christian that God knows who is true and who isn't. And so we can't fool, we can fool the world, but we can't fool God. So let's be loving to everyone. Pick it up. Read it. You guys are going to love it. Start a challenge. Challenge yourself. We got a new year. Challenge yourself to read the Bible as much as you can. Do the 90-day challenge to read the whole Bible. Take a year to read the whole Bible. Do the New Testament, the Old Testament, whatever you want to do, but read it. It's important to read God's word, because we all know Jesus is returning soon. Boy, we're on, basically, it looks like we're on the 6th key. We got one more left and Jesus is returning. We all know it. If you live and walk with Christ right, you will feel that in your heart. We don't know the exact time or hour, but God does show his people when it's drawing near, when Jesus is going to return to get us. So let's get right. Let's be kind to everyone. Let's do our job. Let's not get to heaven by the skin of our teeth. And you can get there by getting your salvation. But you know what? Let's not get there just by the skin of our teeth. Let's do what we have to do. Let's honor the Bible. Let's do as much as we can for God, since he sent his son to die for us. And Jesus died, took on the sins of the world for us. So let's do as much as we can to be kind to everyone and honor the Bible. Honor it. All right, you guys, let's get on to this awesome retro look. I did kind of place them differently too, as I did the colors, the black and white. And I just love, it's so retro. And like I said, I did it with a stamping plate for the black ones and dotting tool for the white ones. Very simple design to do, but black and white is always classic and can go with anything. It can be casual to very classy. And I'm going to be doing more of a casual, but classed up look. So I hope you guys will enjoy that for Wear It Wednesday for the photo shoot. Other than that, let's get on to this design. Everybody take care. God bless. And I will see each and every one of you in my very next upload. Hi, everyone. So here's what I chose to go with for this week's Mani Monday. We've went with a classic black and white retro look, and we matte finished it. We've used stamping plates and dotting tools. If you'd like to see how I did this one, continue watching. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another Mani Monday. We're going to do an awesome classic black and white look, but more of a casual look and more of a retro look. We're going to be using a dotting tool. We'll do some dots and also a stamping plate. So this one's going to be a nice, easy one, but it's going to give you that retro feel. And black and white is always, so classic, but can also be so casual as well. So let me go over and show you all the supplies. The black and white that I used was this black. And it's a glow-in-the-dark. I'm not worried about the glow-in-the-dark again. It's just a great black I got from Dollar Tree. And it's just called Skull, I believe. Yeah, Skull. And it's a really nice paint. I used 2 coats. It goes on really good. I only paid $1 for it. Would be cool that they glow in the dark. And then the white, I'm just using this one also from Dollar Tree. It's the Kiss Gel, and it's just the white. There's the numbers there. And I just did each hand differently, so you can see how they're lined up. They're different. And the thumbs as well. All right, and then I'm going to use the black for stamping, and we're going to use this really awesome image right here. I think that's so retro looking. I'm going to do that over the black with acrylic. Oh, no, I'm sorry. we're not using black for that. We'd be using white. So we're going to use the white paint, and we're going to do that image for the black nails. And I think that is so retro looking. I think that's going to look really, really neat. And then for the white nails, we're going to be using black. So I'm going to use a black acrylic paint instead of the polish. I'm just going to use this one. I got it from Dollar Tree, which is awesome. It's $1, but I pay $1 even at Walmart. In fact, I pay 50 cents at Walmart for the, what was the brand? The Apple Barrel I get, and they're only 50 cents. But this one I got from Dollar Tree for $1. So I'm going to use that black paint and a dotting tool. I get these from Sally's. I got a big pack of them, different sizes. I'm going to go kind of with the medium one here. And as you go along, the dots can get smaller. It also has a smaller end, so I could do that. Or I could go ahead and use this one here and use that end, which is smaller than this one here. It gets smaller. So I'm going to use the dotting tools, but you could use, if you don't have them, you could use the end of a toothpick. You can use the end of a pencil. You can use the end of a pin. Different ways that you can do dots. Or you can even use the brush. I use the brush sometimes to do it, but I want these dots to be pretty nice. So we'll be dotting that on. The white ones, we'll be doing dots in different sizes, going from bigger to smaller. And then, of course, stamping that image with the white paint on the black nails. And that one is the collection 1, and it came with this set here that I got off of Wish. Came with a bunch of different ones in here. So yeah, it was really nice. Great price for this. Bunch of different stamping plates. Came with this scraper. I'm going to use this scraper. And I also got this. It's the clear jelly stamper. The Born Pretty is just dirty on the outside, but the stamper itself is good. And then I just use tape after I'm done. Just Scotch tape. Any tape will work just to get the image off, to clean it. Never use acetone on those because it can ruin those. But that's what I'm going to be using. I got all of that from Wish. So like I said, this will be an easy design. I will just put some of the paint out into just a container. I'm just going to use this one again instead of throwing it away. And when I'm all done, I'll dry everything up with the Seche Vite Dry Fast top coat to smooth everything down. And then I do want to matte finish this one. So I'm going to use the OPI Matte top coat I get from Sally's. I'll link everything down below for you guys. But this will be a much easier design. Quick and easy and fast, but it'll give you that great retro feel and more of a casual, but very, classy. Always when you do black and white, it's always classy, but we're going to do more of a casual look here in a retro style feel. So let me get started on some of them and I will return. Alrighty, so we've got the stamping done over the black. I did leave one open to show you, but isn't that cool, you guys? It definitely gives you that retro feel. And I just love it. Love the way it turned out. I did have to use a different white because the white I was using wasn't working. So I'm actually using this one here, the Miracle Gel white. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And that one is 450 Get Mod. So we're going to go ahead and get lined up here. I have already got the plate clean and ready to go. It's this image right here. We're going to go ahead and draw in so you can see it better. All right. I've cleaned it off, and when I did that, I just have a cotton swab, and I've used tweezers just so I can do it. I did clean around the edges when I was done with a Q-tip, so I will be using a little bit of like a cuticle oil when I'm done because I'm using acetone to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and just paint on this image here. Okay, it's a little bit thinner of a white, but it's just perfect for what I'm shooting for here. Scrape it, and I'm going to scrape one more time. Then we're going to pick it up with our stamper. And you see that it kind of has this little bit of line from the edge because this one's an edge one. So just take off what you don't need with your scraper here. Just go ahead and just go around and take off what you don't need. And then that image, I like that where that's in the middle, like on these ones, I did it towards the bottom. And then this one I did towards the top on the same hand. And this one here, we've only got 2 fingers that are black, so I'm doing it towards the top. So we're going to turn the image around. So we could do it towards the top. We're just going to go ahead and get lined up in the camera here. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that image gets on there and just stamp it on. Now we will have a little bit around the edges, but I will show you the cleanup work. Just pat it down like that. And then we're just going to take, just pat it down like that. Then we're just going to take this Q-tip that's got acetone on it, 100% acetone, and just go around real quick and clean up these edges that I can clean up. And sometimes you can use tape, but this one wasn't working to use tape. So I'm just going to clean it up like that, but perfect. Isn't that awesome, you guys? I love that. Really gives you that retro feel. A great classic black and white, but more of a casual, casual look, but giving you the retro feel as well. And of course, the dots are also going to give it that really big time retro feel. So now I'm going to go ahead and go on to the dotting. So let me get the dotting done and I'll come back in and show you guys. Alrighty, so now we've got those perfect dots. Doesn't that look awesome, you guys? I love this design. Definitely a retro feel. All right, so I left one open to show you. And I'm using acrylic paint over polish just because it stamps better. Or not stamps, dots better, I should say. So I'm going to get the larger one, and I only needed to use one. So I've got some black acrylic paint here. I'm just going to dip in and get some black paint. If you want, you can dip a little bit off on your little palette here. Just a little tiny bit off like that. But we're going to start down the middle. And that's how you always want to do these. And you want to go back to your paint because you're trying to keep these larger going down the center so they get smaller if you don't keep getting paint. So we'll go like that. And then that looks good. Then we're going to go lighter touch to make these a little smaller, but we're doing them kind of in between. So like that. And if one gets a little small, you can just kind of go back over it. And then on the outside, we're going to go even smaller and just light touch. Instead of going to a different dotting tool, I'm just sticking with the same one, just doing a lighter touch. So same thing over here. Now we're going to do a lighter touch in between. And as it goes down, you see it gets smaller. So just go over it like that to make them the right size, like that. And then we're going to, of course, make these smaller. So a much lighter touch like that as you're doing it so that these ones will be smaller as they go down. But look at that. You get those perfect dots, you guys. And I just love this feel. I really do. This is giving me a great feel of the dots. And then that design I did with the stamping plate. I wasn't sure which image I was going to use for that stamping plate because on this one, there's so many different ones that are so retro. But I thought this one was really awesome. So I think I chose the right one. So yeah, I'm really loving this, you guys. It's really, really, really neat. And we just need this casual, retro, just black and white, classy but casual look. Now, we're going to go ahead and top coat this after everything is dry. Make sure everything's dry really good because you'll smudge the paint. You want to be really careful. So let all your paints dry really good. And then we're going to top coat. We're going to glide over, though, when you top coat them. Glide over with the Seche Vite Dry Fast. I'll come back and show you how to do one where you're just gliding over it. And then we're going to matte finish this one. So let me get a few done. Let these dry, get a few done, and I will return. Okay, so now I've got it top coated. I did leave one open to show you, but you can see if you look really close, it's just barely a little bit wet. So you want to make sure, see that middle dot there? It's still a little bit wet. You want to make sure it's fully dry before you go over it because otherwise you're going to have smudging. But this one is dry enough, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. And you want to do a very, thick coat of the Seche Vite, sorry guys. And you want to do it just gliding over the top. Literally just drop that down. Make sure you have a nice thick coat. Just drop it down and just glide. Just glide over your design. Don't worry, this is a dry fast. It dries really fast, so it can be thick. But you just want to glide, otherwise you will ruin your design. Now I've done all of them except for this one and the thumb. So I just figured I'd show it to you on here. And then I am going to do a matte finish. But what I'm going to do is do one matted and one shiny, just so you guys get to see the look of both. And then, of course, I'm going to leave it matted, I believe, after I see it done. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys. I always show you guys both so people can decide which one they want. But, yep, do a nice thick coat just gliding over the top when you do images like this, with acrylic paints or anything, because you don't want to smudge anything because it just sucks. You got to start all over. But there we go. So that's the look now. We're going to let this dry up, and then I'm going to do one hand with the matte finish, and I'll leave one shiny just so you guys can see both. I always like to do that so you guys can choose what you want, and then we'll finish matting it up, and then I'll show you guys the end product. So let me get that done, and I will return. Okay, so now you see we've got one matted and one shiny, and I prefer it to be matted. I just think it still gives it more of that retro feel, and it almost makes it look like it's a little bit gray on those black nails. So I really like it, even though it is white. It almost looks like it's a little bit gray, but I do like it better matted. You guys, again, can make your own decision on what you like. Kind of looks like a spider web. That's awesome. But I like it matte finished on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and matte finish all of them, and I'll come back and show you guys the end product. Alrighty, everyone, I am all done, and I love the way it turned out. It definitely is a awesome retro classic black and white, and it was so easy to do with the dotting tool and the stamping plate. And then I love it with the matte finish. I really think that finished this one off perfectly to give it that retro feel. And I did each finger differently, how I lined up the colors. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Definitely give it a try. And as always, have fun with art. Everybody take care. God bless. And I will see each and every one of you in my very next upload.